now beaming into NerdFT Radio.
This is NerdFT Radio, where nerds full-time, explorers of the metaverse, surfers of the blockchain, and not in our mom's basement. I'm your host, RSG, a.k.a. the Cool Cat Hunter, and I'm here with Crypto Crier, a.k.a. the Fat Zuki Dumper. I think that kind of rhymed, Hunter to Dumper. This is great. We're starting off hot. Crier. Yeah,
What's
Hunter,
up,
Dumper. That makes sense. How are you, Crier? You doing good?
Doing good. You're hunting some cool cats over there, throwing out some weffies. You're back in it.
Day 5. I've sent out, I think,
hits
on day 5, 19 weth offers, no hits whatsoever. It's been 5 days, each day around 20 offers, sending them out and whatnot. I have actually reached out to the Cool Cat team because there's in their treasury, there's a Cool Cat that I want. So I'm like, hey, listen, feel like I've provided enough. I'm kidding. I haven't, but let me grab one of those freaking Cool Cats. I'm paying.
Right.
I don't want it for free. I'll pay fair price, fair value. Hopefully we can get something in there. But yeah, they can buy. I send it the money. Yeah, exactly. They send it and they buy one. Then they're
happy. All the same, right? They're not non-fungible. They're fungible nowadays.
We should clip this, sending it to Jarvis in the morning. All right. So we have some cool and interesting stuff going on in Web3, in blockchain gaming specifically, because we just got brand new. We're going to stay on the topic here. Some brand new information about Cool Cats and some upcoming games that are coming in the next, let's say, 9 months. So the news story, the new news is that Cool Cats is expanding into gaming a whole lot more than we thought. And pretty much what's going on is there's 3 brand new upcoming titles that are going to come out on the Cool Cat side. So this is the information that we have. It's going to be 3 games that are going to be released in the next 9 months. While none of the titles have been released, these are the 3 that we have. We have the type of game that they're going to be. So with a gaming studio called Enway, they'll be building a competitive multiplayer arcade game. With Eye Candy, it's going to be developing a browser-based 2D endless runner game. So I would assume like a Temple Runner, if I'm not mistaken, Temple Run. And then Sync will create a mobile match 3 puzzle game. So obviously from the outside of this, you read 3 brand new blockchain games and you're like, wow, what's going on here? But when you dig into it, it looks like just the same old arcade games that all the Web3 companies are doing, because they just figured out that it's super hard to actually make like a full-on RPG, a real game that can be sold on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and
especially whatnot. A really good one for sure.
Yeah. So listen, you're still playing Diablo. I'm still playing Zelda. Those are the type of game that we as gamers are looking into. And we have to realize that, listen, arcade games are great. I play Marvel Snap literally all day long. But if we want to branch out into more, Marvel has Marvel Snap, and then they're in Fortnite. They have their own games, Lego Marvel, the Avengers game that came out, Spider-Man, the new Wolverine game that's coming out. EA just dropped, by the way, that there's going to be a brand new Black Panther game coming out. All these games, it has to be a lot more to it. But hey, listen, it is a good direction. We want things to happen. Hopefully it gets the vibe of the Doogie Dash side of things, where it's like competitive. There's a reward to it. You're going to be able to play and not only just play for the shits of it, you're going to gain something from it as well. And that can attract people into the ecosystem and all that good stuff. So
I also like that. Yeah. I just like I do that a lot of people are going the leaderboard route. Like it's like I
agree.
It's
competitive.
Like
it's
you've made a community,
social media.
Now you want that community to compete and they have fun together. And it's like it's a good way to, I feel like, get some traction going. And even we talked about the Bored Ape Yacht Club game like 3 times in the past 3 episodes, because that's practically all that's really going on essentially. But I don't like the game. I think it's very stupid. The gameplay is super tedious, like crazy tedious. And even that is still getting pretty good. Like on the Bored Ape side, I've seen like the price is up, I don't know, to 0.7 something. I think a lot of people are getting traction on it because they know that there's going to be something better in the future for it, right? Like, exactly. I think that's the purpose and what they've been trying to do. And like, I just think that that's a good way to capture your community audience, right? Like, I think that is definitely the route that people have going. That's what Ethereum's good for. It is a global leaderboard, essentially. If you want it to be, it can be whatever you want it to be. So like, I think that's a good use case for it in terms of these games. Yeah, people aren't going to have multi-million dollars, almost probably $1 billion to put into a game for probably another 5 to 10 years until some large company does it or takes something over for it. Yeah, I definitely see that this is going that route. And I like that. It's a good way to get the community involved, and I think it'll be good in the future for that.
If you remember, they had that partnership with Gamey where they had that puzzle game, and that was a lot of fun for me. I was in the top 10 leaderboard. Everyone in the Discord, the Cool Cat Discord specifically, were competing with each other. When you found another holder and you were playing them, because it was a one-on-one, it was a lot of fun because you'd be talking shit and all that stuff in the chat. So again, the competitive side of this, again, it's social media. Web3 and these PFP, these NFT PFPs, literally it's to showcase, to brag that you own these things. So what's another form of bragging? It's competition and competing against your friends, your enemies. By the way, if any of you have enemies, you don't actually have them. You're not that famous, so you're good. And number 3, just having a good time. Again, it's like on the video game side, you want to beat your friends. Maybe you're not on the video game side, Monopoly, Candy Crush, whatever. You just want to beat people. You want to play, you want to have a good time. And even if you lose, you're having a good time. I lose so much in Marvel Snap, but I freaking love it. It's great. But the other thing I did want to mention, because you were talking about a big way getting into the space, I did want to mention that it's finally official that Microsoft has purchased Activision. And a lot of the rumors on the back end of it is that this is their push for Web3 as well. We already know that Microsoft was very against NFTs with Minecraft and everything that happened on that side. But a lot of people are saying that this is an opportunity for them, because guess who has Activision, or what Activision owns? Diablo, Call of Duty, Candy Crush, all these massive games that would be very good on the NFT side. And Activision's been actively looking into Web3 as well. So we'll see what happens. They finally
the lead of the Activision previously moved to Yuga. I think there's a good reason that these things will be there in the future. I think there's going to be a lot of layover. That's a good network to have. If there's going to be somebody you're like, oh wait, remember you used to work here? Let's check out my new game. I think there will be like that type of stuff going on for sure.
No, I definitely agree. We'll see how it goes. Again, not games. NFT projects are still at the beginning stage. I know that in all these roadmaps, when we first purchased them, they said there's going to be a game in a year, 2 years, 3 years. It's going to be a full-blown metaverse. That's what we were sold on, that we were going to be able to be our NFTs in Sandbox, in Other Side, in Decentraland. I couldn't even remember Decentraland's name for a second. That should have been number 2. Turns out it's number 3 now. And all these, in Cooltopia, in what was Gutters? Was it just Gutter City?
House of Kiba was like their universe.
All right, that's ridiculous. Whoever thought of that name needs to be not fired, respectively let go. Let's go with that.
Down.
All right, listen, just let go. So what this to me is, it's the stepping stones, and we already had somewhat of a fail. I'm going to actually say it was a failure on the Cooltopia side for Cool Cats, unfortunately. They learned from their mistakes. They figured out, hey, we need to go and outsource for the gaming aspect of it, and let's partner with that Animoca partnership that they do have, and find studios that are going to build these games for the community, that are going to hopefully integrate with the Discord community, the Twitter community, the leadership, a leaderboard aspect of it, and competition part of it for the community, which then will lead into, again, hopefully being a part of the Other Side, hopefully creating their own, hopefully Sandbox goes on and becomes something massive, Decentraland, and maybe another one, Meta, whatever the case may be, and these NFT PFPs will align with everything that's being built. Now, Crier, speaking of building extremely slow and very poorly, we talked about this last episode. Ether, the brand new project that was supposed to be the new Azuki. And by the way, I'm not talking about Fat Zuki. I'm talking about Azuki, the one that had some stuff going on with them. Ether, this brand new project, massive mint that was supposed to happen.
For sure.
We finally have word, and we finally have the stats. Crier was a bust. Or not.
Big bust for sure. So we had, I think first of all, they reduced the supply to 5,555. The current floor, they were selling for 0.65. So the current floor is 0.25 on revealed ones, and the capsules, which is like the unrevealed ones, are 0.33. I think the artwork had revealed again. I think these are pretty similar to other anime style things. It was a very. It just showed so much like old thinking of, oh, we're just gonna mint this, it'll be high price, doesn't matter, people will still buy it. They didn't know, I don't know, there's no follow through on like what the meta was or what's currently happening. I think these could have actually survived and done really well if they just had like a lower mint price, right? They could have done like a 0.1, still had a 10K collection. I guarantee you these
Okay.
because I do think that actually the artwork is pretty interesting. I think there's like a ton of traits and shit like that. But yeah, I don't think these are gonna do well at all. And it just shows like people aren't here to be that, oh, here's the roadmap, here's what's coming up next. That's not a thing anymore. People expect we're not gonna throw our money willy-nilly in the bear market, right? They have to have a purpose on a new project, especially not like memes though. I think that's why Fat Zuki went to 0.1 and then back to practically zero, just because I don't know, people like the dumb memes, but if it's a real project and has a real purpose and stuff like that, yeah, there has to be some substantial utility or something already provided, right? People aren't just throwing their money into especially 0.65. That's a lot of money for a cool picture.
The moment it looks like it's just that cool picture. The utility aspect of it. What are you going to do? Give me another cool picture or a half-ass cool picture?
Yeah, I think the goal was to make an anime show. It's like, how many new anime shows can you guys make? I don't know. I just feel like it's
just to let the listeners know, like the game side, to make a really good game, it takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of people. It takes a lot of money, and it takes a massive studio and incredible people behind it. Guess what? To make a very good anime, it's the same thing, unless you're the next frickin' Stan Lee, if you're the next frickin' director, the best director of all time. And unfortunately, not on the Ether team. And hey, listen, I'm here to be proved wrong. Maybe they have something that we don't know and they figure it out. Good for them. But right at this moment, if we're betting people, which we are, we're going to say no.
Yeah, for sure.
We are definitely going to say no on that side.
Definitely agree. Right. Yeah, it's just something that was not well thought out. And again, like they lowered the price from 1 to 0.65. They lowered it from 10K to 5,555. Like obviously you didn't need the initial. I mean, that's a ton of ETH that they were taking from the ecosystem. 10K. That's 650 ETH for the mint.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Jesus. Imagine if it was 1 ETH. It was 10,000 at first, right? NFTs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So originally would have been
1 ETH for 10,000. That is wild.
Yeah, no, that's literally 10,000 ETH. And then they moved to 6.65.
Absolutely not.
Just an insane amount.
The art's not even that good. I'll say it right now. It sucks. When we talk about video games and at the bottom of the video game, it says this is not real gameplay.
Footage. It would have been
footage.
$12.3 million
for
the initial mint at
hand
10K.
over 12. You say 12 million or 1.2?
Yeah, so if
hand
it was
over 12 million
prices,
to me and Crier, and we'll do a lot better with 12
10K would have been $12 million, $12.3 million. And then they reduced it to
5,555, which would still give me a shit ton of money. Listen, if you're a VC right now,
6.8 million. So you literally were just like, we needed 12.3 for this, but we could probably do it for 6. Like, where do they have their 6 million go?
That was for the jet and the yacht that they were about to get. So they were like, you know what? Let's take that out. Let's take this out. The brand new house you thought you were going to get, let's take that out, buddy.
That's gone.
And here we are, and we keep going. Now, if you have a lot of money, the $12 million, and you're listening to this, please just let us know, because I feel like we do a lot better than this Ether team, and we'll provide more value to you.
I can't draw, so I don't know about that.
I think we can use our voice instead. We'll find someone else to draw. You know what? Take that back. Now, Crier, there's something that just went on yesterday. By the way, it was Slurpee Day. It was 7-Eleven. And I can't believe you told me this, and I can't believe this is a real thing. And this is actually a pretty cool thing. But Crier, go ahead and tell the people what the heck 7-Eleven did yesterday.
Yeah, so you
with
had a
NFTs.
7-Eleven free Slurpee Vibe NFT coming out, my guys. Yesterday, you got a chance to play a game where you mixed Slurpees and you've got the high score. You could then mint, if you gave them your name, email address, and telephone number, you could then get a Slurpee NFT. I don't know. I think it's cool, right? The idea is people are finding ways to integrate into a new system to be rewarded generally for free, and it shows brand loyalty. This would have also been account abstracted, so you wouldn't even have known. Like, they didn't mention NFT at all. It was a digital collectible. Only the terms and services mentioned the word NFT, and then it was they made you a Ether account, a Polygon account, to hold that NFT that you stored through your email, right? Very cool on that side. I love the account abstraction stuff that's been dropping on ETH lately. We saw it with the Magic Link with the Pudgy Penguin stuff. We've seen it with we saw it. ETH Denver had a really cool wallet for my Ether wallet, had a really good account abstraction one that just gave you like $10 to try out. There was a lot of really cool stuff, and I do think that's going to be the next big wave of getting people in. Because you don't know what it is. You just support 7-Eleven. You like Slurpees. Now you have an Ether account you didn't know you had. And I do think that is something that's super interesting, right? And,
it's like what Starbucks pretty much did in a way. It's for those super fans, which we've been talking about NFTs, and the route that a lot of these companies can go is, listen, if you have super fans, this is literally the route you should go to 100%. Provide value for those super fans, to provide something, type of utility, type of fandom. There's people that are literally just happy to have these NFTs, and they weren't in it for the money. Unfortunately, like 97% of the people in this are in for the money, but the other 3, and later down the road when more people are in, they're not. And again, listen, you take me as an example, even if maybe I'm an outlier. These things I have, I'm not looking to sell. I'm not looking for the value, the money side of it. I literally have them on my wall because I want them. And there's people that are Disney fans, Pokemon fans, Pudgy Penguin now, Doodles, Marvel, DC, Barbie. I didn't even know that people like Barbie anymore. All these things that are coming out, and they just want to own that merchandise and have it at their house and pass it on to their friends, family, and everyone, just like their friends.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just, we're not there yet, because what happened at the beginning of Web3, and listen, I can say that was part of how I got into it. The money side of it was incredible 100%. For a lot of people, and you turned $3,000 to freaking $500,000.
The shoe, there's in the shoe flipping industry, right? There's a ton of people who prey on that. They have all the bots and all this crap that they're constantly doing. But there's still a bunch of people who really like to collect it. So the people who are collecting it they're holding on to them. They're keeping them. They're not going to run away with them. That's something where I think there's a ton, obviously there's a ton of value there, right? Because they maintain that collector also. And we dropped that stat last week. That was pretty interesting, where it was old blue chip. 70% of them hadn't moved in over a year. I think it was a year. Yeah. I do think that there is that collector is still there. I think it's just something that's going to take a little while to kind of show. And when people actually get in, stop worrying only about the money and what that can get for me, I do think that'll be a big difference.
I definitely agree. And on the 7-Eleven side, if there is utility in the future, listen, give me a small Slurpee for free because you have that NFT. Every time you go in, you just scan it, bam, bada boom, bada bing, and then you're happy. You're good. One free Slurpee, a small one, I don't think that's going to hurt, which will lead that individual. Listen, if you just walk into 7-Eleven just for a Slurpee and that's it, you might be a psychopath. You definitely got to get some candy or some chips or another drink or a 12-pack, something. So it's gonna be for those people. And listen, if you bought a 7-Eleven Slurpee NFT and you are a fan of 7-Eleven, this is a good thing to do, because now hopefully you have some utility when you go to your favorite gas station. By the way, Wawa is very much superior. By the way, I haven't been to a gas station in a very long time because I don't need to go to a gas station. Just wanted to put that out there. Crier.
Don't worry,
I didn't say the word. I didn't say the word.
Yeah.
But Crier, there's something else that happened that you just found out as well, and I need you to talk a little bit about it. Not only is it on the 7-Eleven side, but who the heck else?
Slim Jim came
What
in
the
with
hell is
a
going
10K
on?
collection of Giga Gems.
Is it like Giga Chads? What?
I don't even know.
Like,
I didn't look at
oh
it. I just
God. You know,
that was a
that's
oversight
it.
on their
That's
part.
it for the
Pull the
that's it
plug.
for the show. Thank you so much for stopping by. Whoa, wait, you know what? We can't end the show without some nerd talk at the end. And there's a lot of really cool things that have been going on. Let's go ahead and get started with it. Number one, if you have free time and you haven't seen episode 3, by the way, every Wednesday, new Secret Invasion episode. If you haven't seen episode 3, I will go on. This is recorded, obviously, because you're listening to this. This is by far, hold up, Loki, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Hawkeye. This is by far the best Marvel show episode I've ever seen in the MCU. I'm not talking about Daredevil or Punisher. There's probably some better scenes there, but there are better episodes there. But this episode was phenomenal with one of the biggest cliffhangers I've ever experienced in any show outside of Marvel also. This was a very good episode. We finally figure out some cool stuff. Maybe there's a scroll in the mix here that we didn't see coming. Actually, gonna be unfair. Everyone saw it coming, but I'm not gonna ruin anything. But there's a new scroll involved. And it was just phenomenal. I think this is a 6-episode show. So this is the halfway point, and they're going crazy. Gotcha. And we got some super scroll talks in there. So a lot of really cool things going on the Secret Invasion side, which will lead up, by the way, into, I'm assuming, Captain Marvel 2 that's coming out at the end later this year. And also this will lead into the new war. It's called Armor Wars or War. Yeah, it's Armor Wars, which is the War Machine movie that's coming out, I think, next year, if not the following year. So based on that episode, both both movies are going to be insane if they follow through on some stuff from this. Now, the other thing I did want to mention, I got to look this one up because obviously we know that James Gunn is officially running things over on the DC side. Remember, now it's not called the DCEU. It's just called the DCU, which they probably should have done from the beginning. Marvel Cinematic Universe, DC Comics, DC Universe, whatever. Freaking idiots over there. But now we have James Gunn over there, and we know officially that in 2 years there's going to be a brand new Superman movie coming out. Now, this Superman movie, it's going to be like Spider-Man, where we've already had enough talks about the origin story of Spider-Man. We've seen the man or the kid get bit by that spider too many times where, hey, listen, watch the old ones. You know the origin story. Let's start somewhere else. And that's what Superman is going to be as well. We're going to get a Superman that's probably in his early 30s, if not mid 30s. He's been Superman for a while. And the news I bring to you today, we have 3 new casts for this movie. Number 1, we have a new Hawk Girl. Number 2, we have a Mr. Terrific. And number 3, we have a Green Lantern. And the Green Lantern one is the one I want to talk about. Nathan Fillion, you know the guy that's from Castle, the show?
Yeah. He's like a big
guy.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, Fillion, that's what it is. Nathan Fillion is phenomenal, and I actually wanted him to be Nathan Drake in Uncharted. He was like the shoe-in, but we went the younger version with Tom Holland.
Really good fit for that.
Would have been phenomenal. It is what it is. He is coming in as the new Green Lantern. And we're going to get Green Lantern. We're going to get Mr. Terrific and Hawk Girl in Superman. A lot of people on social media are freaking out saying, James Gunn, you're jumping the gun and going a little bit too big here. But others, like myself, is go big or go home, because after seeing the numbers that Flash freaking lost and bombed, you need something to blow up right now. And
that's right.
I don't think it's going to be Blue Beetle. I think a Blue Beetle might be a great movie, but like, you can't make a superhero movie of a character that just me and Techie know, and that's it.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Hey, listen, George Lopez is in it. At least maybe the old people will go see George Lopez. I haven't seen him in a while.
I feel like I'll see it.
Oh yeah,
I don't know the character. I think the previews made it look pretty good overall.
I agree, but hey, listen, it might be like those games. This gameplay, this is not real gameplay. This is not what it's supposed to be. Well, hopefully we have some good stuff on that. But other than that, the last thing I do have for us is Marvel Snap, there was a pretty big update where now the ranking system is completely new. The collector levels, each time you rank up a card and you can receive, what is it? You receive, man, I already forgot. The cash. Like the cash, you receive the credits, and you receive the little, not units, but like the little collectibles for each card. It's a little bit different now. The cash is going to be completely different, where each time you reach a cash, CACHE, cash. Each time you receive this brand new cash that's going to be in the game, nailed it, you're actually going to receive a brand new card, in like a brand new card that just came out, and or a brand new variant that just came out. A lot of really cool things. Some people are upset, others are pretty happy. Listen, I just want to beat the hell out of people in this game, so I already have all the cards. I'm happy. But if you're brand new to it, this is actually a great way where you're going to receive brand new cards that otherwise you wouldn't be able to receive. And I would be pretty happy because of it. And the other thing is, in the shop, a lot of people are always upset that the only thing you can use your gold for is to buy variants. Now they're rewarding you for buying variants. So every single time I think you buy 9 or 10 variants, you're going to receive a brand new, like one of the rarest variants, plus you might receive the new currency that they have in the game. Man, I'm unprepared right now. I can't think of stuff right now. Golly, give me a second. The collector tokens that allow you to buy new cards as well. If you get 9 or 10 variants, you're going to get rewarded for that. So a lot of people I feel like everyone should be happy about this, because of course, just like NFTs, you want to buy what you like. And here, you want to buy variants. Cryer doesn't want to buy variants, but someone like me, I want to buy all the variants in the world. If there's a dope Doctor Strange, I don't even use Doctor Strange, but I'm going to get the dope variant of Doctor Strange. This is now going to allow you to get rewarded for using that cold, hard. You worked a lot for that gold. So good for you. Right. We're getting some stuff there. We should be happy. But other than that, we're done. It's over. Go watch Barbie. It's in theaters now. Everyone's telling me to go. A lot of people are happy for it. Oppenheimer is out as well.
No, yeah. 21st.
I'm going crazy over here. I can't think of stuff. It's crazy. And what's the other movie? Mission Impossible is also out. We have a crap ton of movies. Yeah, we have a crap ton of movies out, so it should be interesting. Oppenheimer, baby. Just to let you know, there's only, I think, 12 or 13 IMAX studios that are actually getting like the full-on thing. And the film for this movie is 6 miles long. That's how insane this movie is. And guess what movie theater of the 13
it's gonna be awesome. I'm really excited for that.
In Orlando, Florida, the one I go to every time.
Sure, I'm guarantee you it's not anything near me.
Ooh, I'm going to go to this one. I might actually go. I'll see if I go. I probably Atlanta, if I'm not mistaken. There's a New York one, Orlando, California, Atlanta. That's all I know. Where else are you supposed to make a big
That's as close as that's it for me.
All right, guys. That was it. Thank you so much for stopping by to another episode of NerdFT Radio, and we'll catch you guys later with another episode. Peace. Grab a brick. Throw it. Build something. Bye.
Build something.
Build.